I'm going to call the May 20th board meeting to order. If everyone can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Supervisor Sweeney was unable to be here tonight, so I am leading the meeting tonight. If you could do the roll call, please.
Trustee Satter.
Present.
Trustee Narodowski.
Present.
Trustee Graffia.
Present.
And Trustee
Keenly. Present.
And then Supervisor Sweeney. He's gone.
Any public comment? Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Are there any items you'd like to remove or any questions?
No.
Okay, I do have the invoice that was missing from last week, so if you make a motion, if you can just add that into it. Does anyone want to make a motion for the consent agenda to be approved?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, Trustee Keenly made a motion and Trustee...
Graffia. Bob Graffia.
Okay. He's a very good
I wasn't paying
ventriloquist.
attention. Trustee Graffia made a motion and Narodowski seconded it, and we're adding this into it from last month's bills. Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Satter.
Aye.
Trustee Narodowski.
Aye.
Trustee Graffia.
Aye.
Trustee Keenly.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Discussion and potential action on approval of minutes. There's two sets of minutes. Does anyone? Yes.
Several things.
What? Consent?
Number 2 under, oh, I'm sorry. I'm
The
sorry,
consent
my
agenda.
fault, my fault.
Oh, yeah, he tried
I'm
to
sorry.
goof her up. Yeah.
Hey,
Mike
hey.
said something about his report tonight.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's
fault.
okay.
My
Yes,
apologies.
under
Leave the
consent
lady
agenda.
alone, fella.
I'm just trying to keep track.
Yeah, Supervisor Sweeney's reports are under the consent agenda. That's okay. Okay, a discussion and potential action on the minutes. There's two sets of minutes. Does anyone have any questions or discussion?
I'm good.
You're good. Can I have a motion to approve them together?
So move.
Moved by Trustee Keenly,
Second it.
second by Trustee Narodowski. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion approved. We have no presentations, reports. Assessor Caroselli first.
Well, as you may have judged, we've had an incredibly productive month. We are almost at 2,000 people who have come through our office. With the triennial reassessment, it was apparent on the first day that we started to get notification that many of the condo complexes were in fact grossly overassessed and misassessed. We notified the county, and they said to send information down. As we sent it down, we were deluged in the office, particularly with seniors that were just terrified and outraged when they saw their assessed value go up 100, 200%. So from that standpoint, we worked with the county on, I believe it was the 29th of April, we had an open house here, an outreach for our taxpayers. This was standing room only in this room. They were parking across the street at the Guitar Center because of the interest in trying to do something about this reassessment. We did have two people from the communications department of the CCAO come out, and we've had them before, and they're two very fine people. Also in attendance, however, because of the problem that we had in our jurisdiction, they sent two directors out. Now, it was at that time that the director was going to make an announcement to the audience that the condos were wrong. When he saw the attitude in the audience. He chose not to make that announcement from the standpoint that if they made the announcement that all the condos were wrong, then it was not a leap of logic to say that the residences were wrong. So they let us help them get in touch with as many boards, association boards, to let them know that the ones that we had identified right off, specifically Mallard Cove, Carriageway, et cetera, would be receiving a letter in 9 days with a reassessment, a corrected assessment notice. As this went on, we kept finding more condos, and we kept sending them down. It was at that point we were told that if we sent down an appeal on a unit in a condo complex with just one current sale, they would redo the whole complex. Now, you also have to understand, we used to have ready access to sales in our jurisdiction, and as I explained in my report, because of changes of personnel in the IT department in CCAO, there was a major gap in that program, and we had not received sales since last October. So it was at that point we partnered with Berkshire Hathaway, Stark, to be able to utilize their MLS to get sales for our constituents. So, as we continue to send down, as late as last week, condos that we have seen to be massively overassessed, we are now getting radio silence from the county. Now, when they first admitted their mistake, I gave them total props. I could almost not imagine that from a previous assessment office. But it remains to be seen how this is going to bear out. I actually have made contact with Commissioner Dan Patlack, knowing that the number of people we've seen and the appeals that we have filed, that they are going to be under siege also when Board of Review opens. It's been, I'd like to tell you, I was angry, that I was irate. I've so far surpassed that. I am incandescent that we have had to put our taxpayers through this. Any questions?
Other than the condos, have they discovered any, this is a new software program?
It's a new software program that obviously I've got some problems with, but again, I'm not well versed in the program they're using. We can see neighborhoods actually go down. A house in Arlington, down 6%. You go into research, he's still overassessed, and he went down 6%. We've seen other single-family homes going up 75, 85% in value. You know that that hasn't happened in the last 3 years. Now, there was talk that with this new program, everything was going to be brought up to market value. Well, I question that. I truly do.
When they say question, market value, is that legitimately what these properties?
If you go, yeah, if you go with the true definition of market value, it's when a property is put on the market, fully, exposed to the market with a willing buyer and a willing seller. They're not going to look at short sales, and they're not going to look at foreclosures. However, in our last major down market, I'd convinced Assessor Houlihan that a lot of these foreclosures were our market at that time. Because people were losing their homes. But no, it's supposed to be an arm's length transaction. I can't speak to the commercial because we don't have that data. I can only imagine what's happened to our industrial park with this.
So is there any further action other than correcting, and I don't know how they're going to correct the valuation for the condos?
Well,
or is this, I mean, it appears that there's a great there's significant differences between some of the different areas, neighborhoods? I mean, like you said, Elk Grove actually saw some reduction.
And some of Arlington, but I will tell you, I think Mount Prospect got hit very hard.
Yeah.
And so that I find a dichotomy, as it were. But what I'm concerned with, even with the condos, that even if they slashed those ridiculous assessments in half, they're still going to be overassessed, which means that, which is why I contacted Commissioner Patlack to put him on guard. They were up 7% last year in additional appeals, and I can only imagine. I also questioned the county if this was, throughout the, if this had happened in previous jurisdictions before we opened, and they told me no. I find that hard to believe that, with a program such as a mass appraisal program, that for some reason there'd only be a glitch in Elk Grove Township.
Wasn't it a couple other townships?
Well, we've seen what happened in Evanston. Evanston got hit very hard. Some of the apartment buildings, the rentals went up 200%. Now, how they've handled that, I don't know. We've been just trying to survive what we've got here, so.
And it's extended till May 29th?
Yes, we were supposed to be open for 30 days, and of course, that affects my budget too, that we've been putting in some interesting hours. I mean, you have to come in just to handle the return phone calls. You'll see my numbers on phone calls, and as I say, we're up to almost 2,000 people.
I'll tell your staff thank you.
I
know.
tell them that every day.
Everyone in the community appreciates having this
I
place to
couldn't be
come to,
prouder of them.
so, thank you. Anyone else have any questions? Okay. Clerk Bussey, your report.
No, the only thing I'd mention is we did receive our annual FOIA request from the Better Government Association, where they look very closely at salary and hours in all the different departments, whether it's highway or assessor's office or just the town. And this is part of their annual search for payments or salaries that are out of sync. So just so everyone's aware that they're back. Once again, this is the annual look they have, and I don't feel that we have anything to be particularly concerned about. I think we're very reasonably, in terms of salaries and in terms of elected officials' compensation, particularly like supervisor level and so forth. We're way under what other townships are.
And that was the response, you gave them the information that they requested?
You just give them the information. Just give them the information. You don't make comments like I'm making.
How many years have they been
No, Paul, this is.
asking?
I don't know, it's
Quite a,
been forever.
yeah.
I can remember as far back as like 8 or 9 years probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, Highway Commissioner.
I'm happy to report that road rebuilding project is light at the end of the tunnel. Just about every area has been milled and paved, and the last section to be is going to be Branniger's. They did the concrete out there most of the day today, so they're about 95% done with that. And if the weather holds out, I'm hoping this week or next week we should be done with everything.
Great.
The landscapers are out there too also. They're putting sod down and everything where they tore it up.
Very good. Any questions? Well, thanks for all your hard work on that. It's been a process.
Is this is this something that'll be on, like the sewers, where it's an ongoing, every year we do another piece, or we did this all at once?
Did it all at once, hoping 7 to 10 years.
So this was all the roads in the unincorporated area, residential unincorporated.
Okay, we need a motion to accept the elected officials reports.
Make the motion. Second.
Trustee Narodowski made a motion and trustee Ingraffia seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Next is correspondence. We don't have any correspondence. And then next would be old business. Resolution 2019-03, acceptance of a bid for the 600 Landmeyer project. Everyone has their resolution. And we do have some renderings. I don't know if the camera can get all of them, but we have some renderings of the town hall room, and what's this one of?
That's the east side of the building, the entrance, and the hallway down to the assessor's office and the administration area. And then the other ones are up here.
Yeah, and there's three more here, the assessor's office, front hallway, and
This is general administration. You walk
GA.
in, yeah, came in on the west side, and then this would be the food pantry.
oh, okay, very
So tall
good.
ceilings, some natural light in there.
Very good.
Those windows, yeah. Very nice.
Do you want to speak before we go into this, or?
Anything to add?
No.
Okay.
You better have something to add.
Are you going to go into detail?
Does anyone have any questions of anyone else? Trying to find. I'm trying to find the name of the company again. Is it Integral? Integral? Okay.
Is the Integral Construction, is the company that most reasonably
Okay, we talked about Integral's offer. Their base bid is $1,153,200. And then the alternate one, elevator work, is $167,000. And they said they would be able to complete the work in 120 calendar days.
Are we including the elevator work? No, we're not including the elevator resolution. This is,
So the resolution is only for the base bid? Okay. Does anyone want to make a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved. I'll second it.
Okay. Trustee Ingraffia and trustee Narodowski made a motion to approve Integral Construction to do the work at 600 Landmeyer at a base bid of $1,153,200. Roll call, please.
Trustee Narodowski,
Aye.
I'm sorry, Trustee Satter,
Aye.
Trustee Ingraffia,
Aye.
Trustee Keeling,
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, new business. The first item on new business is tentative budget for the road district is amended. And you should have paperwork for that. Do you want to say something about that?
you may want to say why it's amended.
I believe there was a mistake in the budget where we had a payout for the road contract, so we have to redo that.
Okay. So adjusting the payout for the road contract.
Right.
Just higher than expected?
No, it was, spending was ahead of schedule. The payouts for salaries in the draw, which we didn't include, so that's where we're including this now.
So it wasn't that it was a higher cost, it's just that the timing of the pay.
Right.
So we can't approve it tonight, but it sits for 30 days. And we have a public hearing, and then we can vote on it at the June meeting. Okay. So do we need a motion to do that? No? Okay. Okay. So we don't need a vote. Okay, thank you. Okay, the next item is transfers of appropriation, town fund, and GA. And there are 2 pages of those. Does everybody have those in their packet? Does anyone have any questions on any of those? We can move money between line items within the budgets. Okay, does anyone want to make a motion to approve all of them together?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Ingraffia,
Second.
second by trustee Keenly. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
For the transfers, don't you need
Don't you need a roll call?
Roll call.
Because it's
Do we
finance.
need a roll call? I didn't think we
Why?
did.
You're not doing anything except moving money around the budget. So our budget's approved, but we wouldn't.
We can do a roll
I don't
call.
know.
Okay, roll call.
Trustee Saturn,
Aye.
trustee Narodowski,
Aye.
trustee Graffia.
Aye.
And trustee Keenly.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is Resolution 2019-04, recertify elected officials' participation in IMRF. Supervisor Sweeney asked if we would be willing to table it till June. If we do table it, we do need a motion to do that.
So move.
Moved by trustee Keenly,
I'll second it.
seconded by trustee Narodowski. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. And then Resolution 2019-05 to hire HR Green at the 600 Landmeyer project. How come I get the month with all the papers? Okay, where is that one? We didn't
I don't
vote.
think we voted. I think it was.
We discussed it and then we have to vote tonight. Yeah.
I just did the minutes, I mean, I thought
I thought it was like, I thought it was being handled like the
Like the bid?
bid, that it needs to be in the form of a resolution.
Okay, does anyone have any questions on the HR Green resolution? Found it. We talked about this at our last meeting.
it's a CRM owner representative services.
That's right, that's the word. Any questions? No? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve this resolution? Hire HR Green?
So move. Excuse me. Second.
Moved by trustee
Sorry.
Keenly, seconded by trustee Ingraffia.
I just note too that it was important that we keep in mind that our attorney identified this as professional services, so we aren't required to do the bid process.
Okay, thank you. Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Saturn,
Aye.
trustee Narodowski,
Aye.
trustee Graffia.
Aye.
And trustee Keenly.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Executive session matters, we don't have any executive session matters tonight. If there's no further business, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
So moved by Narodowski, seconded by Keenly. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Sorry to make it move on that one.
I know.